he wouldn't be here at 5:30.
Yeah.
And he wasn't.
5:34.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's been a while since I've driven down here this early. I misgauged the time.
All right.
Whatever.
I also couldn't
Point is, he didn't think you were coming.
No, the whole reason I'm here is out of spite. The whole reason.
Yes. Well, here's the thing.
What?
Mr. Justin Roberts from KCRG, which is weird to say.
Right, isn't it?
Mace Michaels said if you showed up, he would do a whole weekend of shows here.
Well, I just told Captain on the way, now that I'm a free agent, if you want a Saturday off, I could do a Saturday.
That'd be cool.
We'd get the band back together.
I wouldn't mind that. That'd be fun.
No Ambrosia. No Kenny Loggins.
Yeah,
no Kenny Loggins.
What about Kenny Rogers?
No, Kenny
that's
Rogers.
when they got you in trouble. Steve heard Islands in the Stream.
It was a crossover hit. It was great on MOR. I mean,
well, we had a request for Celine Dion on the Song of the Week, and I tried to make that. Well, it was a hit in the 90s, and he said, no, we're not doing that. We're not KDH.
We're Rock 40.
it is so good to see you guys. And I mean that. I mean that. I'm not just one of those, it's so nice to be here. No,
well, it's funny because you were supposed to be here last week, and something came up. And then
we were out doing promos and shooting stuff.
And you said you had rehearsals all week this week, and I said, well, just come in at 5:30. I don't care. Here you are at 5:30.
Here I am.
Okay. Well,
you fit us into your schedule.
I will always do that.
You're going to have to get used to the schedule anyway, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What is going to be your daily schedule with this show?
Go in at 7, done at 3.
That's not bad.
So we'll work a little bit ahead on the show in the afternoon. I mean, we're already booking guests into October.
When's he on?
Hey,
What am I on?
actually, a senior...
Look at all the medicine I'm on.
This segment brought to you by
Walgreens
and CVS. But we'll do the show live at 9, and they just got our studio done last week. We have our own set.
Oh, cool.
So we'll use part of the big set over there at 9, but we've got our own cooking area. We can have chefs in. We have Mayor Tiffany's going to be one of our first guests. Because she texted me. She's like, oh, congratulations. I'm like, you have to come do the show. I feel like Larry Sanders. Come do the show.
Yeah.
I want you just to show up on April Fool's Day and say, hey, now. And then plug a bunch of items,
Get my old suit from the Bradman show days.
Please do. Just a live Roddy impersonation. But it's going well. We started rehearsal we had our first one yesterday. And every day now until launch day, we're going to rehearse this thing in real time and get it down to a science.
What is a rehearsal for this? I mean, it's just kind of like seeing how the segments flow together.
How they flow. That studio between where our main set is and where the news main set, they have 9 cameras. So it's like, all right, what camera looks good? How do you block the shot? There's an overhead camera. They can change the lights on the set and everything for different colors. Our look is completely different from the news look. So if you're watching, TV9 News, which is still weird to say, TV9 News at 11, our look is completely different. Other than the walls might be the same, but it's different graphics, different music. The desk lights up and everything. So it's like real-time TV. It's kind of fun to be back at. So
this is like perfect for you.
Yeah. How did this come about?
Tommy knew about it
a couple months ago.
I think
like the beginning of summer. He said, I'll be able to go to the pool soon.
Yeah, and now I can.
Now
pool season's over. Well, actually, it's not because it's going to be warm.
Yeah.
I was ironically shooting some TV for a different TV station, and I got a phone call from the news director at Channel 9, Adam Karros. And he said, hey, Justin, it's Adam Karros at Channel 9. I have an idea I want to talk to you about. Give me a call and you get a chance. So my first call was to Joe Winters, not to name drop because, Mick Jagger said name dropping is kind of passé. But I called Joe and I said, why is your boss calling me? And he wouldn't tell me why. I said, no, I want to know why your boss is calling me before I call him back. I kind of want to know what I'm getting into.
Strong-arm Joe Winters, like the nicest guy in the world.
I know. I'm like,
hey, you better tell me.
He's like, no, you just call him back. I said, all right, I'll call him back. But if I don't hear from him, I'm going to call you right back. So I called him back at 2 in the afternoon, and that's like right in the middle of their news meeting. I'm an idiot. I forgot about that. And then Joe said, well, if you haven't heard from him, which that's my Joe impersonation. If you haven't heard
your
from
coworkers already, I see.
Oh, we've known each other for years. But if you haven't heard from him by 6 o'clock, I'll call you after the news at 6 and fill you in. Well, and I'd heard from him, and Adam pitched me the idea. He said, hey, we're looking for a host to do a local show in the morning. I'm like, I'm kind of done with TV. You know, it was 10 years over at 2 and a few projects here and there. I don't know if I want to get back to it. He said, well, hear me out. Come in, Friday. Let's meet. Let's grab coffee. I want to give you the whole idea and get your thoughts on it. I'm like, okay, fine. We had 2 subsequent meetings about this whole show, and he pitched it to me. Basically, it's a morning radio show with a camera. That's it.
Not like this. Well, no, we have that.
Yes.
Do you have puppets?
You have a camera. I'm looking at it right now.
Do you have puppets?
No, but I might have found Dexter Donovan III in the basement.
Seriously? Wow.
They have so much stuff down there. I could build a studio out of the things in the basement down there. There's desks and everything. I might be like the Merv Griffin set.
Honest to God, I was in high school, I think, and trying to get Channel 9 in before Channel 8. No, I was in junior high, before Channel 8 went on the air.
Mm-hmm.
Because we lived in Rock Island and Moline. And I remember they do this, Donovan Does the Weather. And it was just a puppet.
Yes.
It was
And you guys have carried on the tradition here. That tradition lives on. It's like the Masters.
I don't think we've actually used the puppets in like 10 years.
Yeah.
They do naughty things.
They do bad things.
They do bad things. That's what it is.
Your former news director would not like... What was it? We wanted to get a weather agreement with you.
Yeah.
Your old station.
Yeah.
And the news director said, well, I've heard the puppets do bad things. They didn't know if they wanted to be associated with us.
You know who one of the first people to send me a note after I made it public was that news director.
Really?
She's like, this is perfect for you. I want to be on it.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, well, here's who you call. You call them. I can't handle booking at this point. But I heard
like
from
as a
her,
guest?
as a guest.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like as a guest. So it's essentially an hour long.
Do you have people beating down your door asking to be guests now that it's been announced? And everything?
Gosh, yeah.
I just want to sell their stuff.
Well, and it's not like an infomercial. Yeah, now there will be some things that are sponsored. Like we're going to do a monthly travel segment with the state of Iowa. Or like there's things to do around the state. We're going to do like a everyday gourmet. Like we're going to have a different chef in every week. But the name of the show is called Everyday Iowa. And
now, how often is it on?
Mondays.
Okay, what about Tuesday?
It will be on Tuesdays.
Can it be seen on Wednesday?
You can see it on Wednesday.
Thursday.
We toyed with the idea, but we decided we are going to go ahead with Thursday.
Well, there's no way you have to add a Friday.
Oh, we are doing Fridays. Okay. We voted.
Well,
It's
Saturday.
No, most everyday Iowa is what we're calling
Almost
it.
everyday Iowa.
Every day as long as it's a weekday Iowa. And I'll go in at 7. We'll do the show live at 9, and then I'll be done by 3. And no weekends.
That's nice. Well, they'll probably have you out doing promotional stuff. Or
maybe.
You don't have to, program anybody's weather radios or anything like that on the weekends?
I won't have to do any of that.
Okay.
Some of my friends were concerned, they're going to make you do weather. I'm like, no, they're not. They're keeping us very separate. We're in the newsroom.
They call on you in an emergency, like if somebody can't make it or there's...
Might.
Okay.
Somebody's drunk or something.
That's how I became chief at 2. It's true. And but it's strictly doing this show, and it's kind of the perfect
We laugh
gig.
because we know it's true.
We all know it's true. I mean, we're not telling tales out of school here. Everybody knows, but it truly is the perfect gig. And Katie's biggest concern was, well, as long as I've known you, you said you'd never go back to TV. And I said, you're right. I didn't want to go back to do news. I didn't want to go back to do weather. But something like this,
unless they do a game show, this is the perfect thing for you.
Well,
is there a game show involved?
My goal is to bring back the High School Knowledge Bowl.
That'd
Denny
be great.
Frere used to do.
Yeah,
I think that'd be like a long-term goal. Bring that back. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Steve called me. Was it when Bob Barker? Was it Saturday or Sunday? You called me.
Saturday.
I don't.
It was
Bob Barker died Saturday, I believe.
So Steve called me Saturday afternoon. I thought he's going to talk about Bob Barker and condolences and everything. His first question is, are you going to use the microphone at 9? The long skinny microphone.
Yes. You should use that just for the show anyway.
I might. I bought a wireless plug for it, so I can just take it anywhere. But it's truly the perfect gig, and it's been a lot of fun putting it together already, and we haven't even put it on the air yet. So it's going to be a lot of fun to do, and I hope it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. 9 o'clock weekday mornings.
So you bumped Kelly Clarkson.
Yep.
Well, she's on 9-2 now, right?
She's bouncing
she's on
over
9.
She's going
I don't know
over
where she's going.
to 2.
Might be, yeah.
Going different channel. Okay.
Back?
I was going to plug another channel, Steve.
Tommy Lang of 20 years ago could have played the Kelly Clarkson game.
What's the Kelly Clarkson game?
Anytime she says I or me during an interview, you'd be drunk by 9:20.
I wouldn't be drunk. I drank way too much to get that drunk.
Oh, no, you watched that show. You'd been drunk. You would have been.
I might start drinking if I watched that.
You might have to. No, it's a good show, but.
How come they put it in the morning instead? Because a lot of Gray's shows like this are in the afternoon.
Because, honestly, because of the lead-in with Good Morning America.
Okay.
It's such a strong lead-in, and the only period of the day where Channel 9 isn't number one is in, like, noon to 1.
Okay.
That's the only time. So there's already a great base for it, and to replace a talk show with a local lifestyle/talk show, and with the success that the Gray has had with a lot of other markets like Nashville, Indianapolis, Augusta, Georgia, a lot of their stations are doing this because there's not a lot of stuff out on syndication anymore.
Well, how long has Paula Stands Live been on Channel 6 in the Quad Cities?
Forever.
20-some years?
Yeah.
Oh, longer than that.
20 or 30 years? Yeah.
That's still going
I
strong.
was on it 5 years before I left the Quad Cities. I've been here 30 years.
So 35 years.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a great station, too, isn't it?
It is a great station, yeah.
I have friends who work over there.
Yeah.
No, and she's a doll. She's great.
And I've talked back.
Do you think you could be a doll?
Oh,
Is
I
that
could.
something you can
I
achieve
could.
on this one?
I got the legs for it. The hardest part was having to go back and buy makeup. Because I haven't worn makeup other than special occasions. For 7 years. So I'm like, Katie, can you go? What was it? I'm Sephora. I'm a Sephora 26. I need the pack. I need the under eye stuff. I need the brush. Can you just go get it for me?
See, I just walk into Lansing and they do it.
I remember you were hosting a party of some sort. Mm-hmm. One of the back in the crazy days.
Yes.
Our
I was our own Benny Hill back in the
Yes,
day.
it was
sexy
crazy.
parties. We need to bring that back.
They're sexy parties. And for some reason, Andy Peterson and I had to get something out of your room.
Yeah.
And there was like a walk-in closet of just like your TV suits.
Oh, there still is.
Still there. Okay.
Still there.
It's like,
I don't have-
these are Justin's TV suits.
This is the TV closet. There will not be suits during the show.
Oh, really?
It's jeans and a shirt, like a nice dress shirt, and a jacket. That's
Wow.
it.
Well, then you don't need the TV suits.
So if anybody needs, 34 waist, 32 inseam pants, call me. I know a guy.
That's great. It is perfect for. The minute I heard about it, I thought this is perfect for.
And I
you.
originally didn't want to do it. I'm like, TV's passed me by. I'm okay with being a radio guy and a marketing guy, and I'm still going to be a radio guy. I still do shows for myself down in my basement. It's fantastic. I get high Q numbers. It's fantastic. My time spent listening to myself, 6 minutes.
You do a podcast?
I could, but I did that during COVID.
Really?
Down in
Why did I not know about this?
Exactly. With Bill, the Oxjoke, who I heard from a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
We did one. We did like about a year of stuff where just once a month we'd go record one and talk about what was going on in the Amana colonies because they were desperate for people to come down there. So Oxjoke was kind enough to buy the equipment. I said, here, help me pay for the audio board, and we'll put it out on the air.
Will you be leveraging this job for free food? Like,
No.
oh, hey, the Oxjoke is bringing us free food today.
No.
Let's talk to Bill.
No. But Bill, if you're listening, I do need a table for 15 next weekend. So it's Katie's dad's birthday.
Oh, cool.
So we're doing that, but I'll call Bill.
Yeah, you've been with Katie a long time.
Yeah.
Can you swim yet?
Close.
Okay.
I can kick, I can breathe underwater, and I can pull myself through the water.
Yeah.
I'm still not quite to that comfortable throw me in the deep end,
Okay.
but I'm getting there.
All right.
I can sink.
Yeah.
I can gurgle. I can drown.
Because I'm kind of circling Friday maybe for a pool day. I'm just saying.
Friday would be a perfect day.
Yeah, it's going to be like 87
Because I'm
something.
done at 3.
There you go. My sister's going to be in town. I think she's staying at my cousin's. So. But they're not going to be there till later. But we can go later.
But still,
I don't have to work here Saturday morning.
My social card
So
is
I'm working
not
right now.
punched. Yeah, I'm emceeing. I will still do emceeing gigs.
Well, yeah.
As part of the deal. I'm emceeing the Blairstown Sauerkraut Days parade, and then the crowning of Miss Sauerkraut Days Saturday in Blairstown.
You love that.
I do love
Any
that
like
stuff.
small town event where you can be like a host or MC, you're in.
Because
Fundraisers.
places deserve, and this isn't braggadocious, and I apologize if it comes off that way, but events like this deserve somebody who knows what they're doing to get people excited about the event, And so many places they get somebody from the VFW like, all right, we're gonna let's draw for the card. Check your number, 725.
It's like Hunter.
Stop it. Stop.
I'm sorry.
If you keep dinging yourself, you're going to go blind.
Hey, is that the kind of blue material we can expect?
That's all the bluer it'll get. Very light blue.
What about your...
I was enraged when I was trying to watch.
What about your co-host?
Yeah,
so
this isn't
Chris,
just you.
No, it's not just me, which is great. We got 3 people. We're all producers and hosts. So the responsibility does not lie on one person. Chris Jensen, who I've done, she and I did the Freedom Festival Parade together on MediaCom. She and I have done some radio stuff together up in Cedar Rapids. She's going to be a co-host. Catherine Blades, who Mikey Gould knows.
Really?
I think he's dating her aunt.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Julie. Yeah.
Julie, yeah.
I know Julie. Julie's funnier than
Julie's-
Mikey. No offense,
very much
Mikey.
so.
Yeah.
Well, you're not wrong.
Well, if she comes from that family tree, yeah, she's going to be good.
And it's a really good group of people. And everybody in the
My insurance
newsroom, right? Everybody in the newsroom has been nice. They have been great. They've been kind. So the first or second day in there, they're taking us through. Here's where you get pens. Here's paper. Here's paper. And here's where the printer is. And Beth comes up, Beth Malecki, and she shakes her hands. We're so excited to have you here. Have you heard about the personality test? So they do this personality. She's apparently a big proponent of this. And the news director just rolls his eyes. Oh, this test. So we took it. She's like, would lay money that I'm like a strong 3 personality, which means very, center of attention, outgoing and stuff.
No.
I know, right? So I took the test. I was a 2.
Oh.
I can't reveal her direct quote, but if we were to play match game, it was, shut the blank blank, take it again.
Wow.
And that's just the kind of atmosphere.
Why did you blank the word up?
No, it was front door. That's what we were looking for.
Shut the front door.
Shut the front door. Take
Thank
it
you,
again.
James Corden.
Yes, exactly. But just it's a great atmosphere. It's been a lot of fun. It's kind of learning how to ride a bike all over again because we're putting things in the script and booking people. But I really think it's going to be something that we'll be able to look back, 5-10 years ago, say, remember when this just started out, and we're like, oh, what a great idea, would it work? And then here we are. I think it has the potential to be this area's Paula Sands Live 20, 30 years from now.
Well, that's a strong show, and she's a strong personality, and you're like her. So no, I think it'll be successful, and Gray will give it the time to.
They've given us
grow.
just the support now to promote it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all over. It's nice to have that. Not disparaging anybody, but it's nice to have that support, that focus, and like I said, we haven't even put it on the air yet, and we're already talking about it, and people are talking about it. So just when it takes off,
So you've been in the newsroom.
Yes.
Have you noticed any holes in the wall?
No.
It's all patched up.
No. Ironically, our office is the old weather lab.
Oh, really?
Oh, the one that overlooks the Tycoon?
Very close.
Look
Yeah,
how
so
old
they
I'm
have it
going.
split
The
up.
Tycoon.
If you ran through a wall, you'd be at the Tycoon from my office, which they opened it up on Saturday. Last
really?
time we were there was my 21st birthday. Do you remember that?
Kind of. Because that was kind of where all the media, our little media elite group that
Just
we hung out
walk
with in the
across
early
the road,
2000s would go, and I'd park there, and from meeting my radio and TV people in there, be like, hey, there's Joe Winters just working on the weather.
Yeah, that's where we at.
Yeah.
That's where we is. Yeah,
Media
Thank
people-
God I don't get paid to speak. That'd
This
be
was the
embarrassing.
greatness of the Tycoon. Media people got free beer. It had to be the draft beer because
Yeah.
it's cheaper. But
Yeah.
he's like, oh, come on. They didn't like seeing the celebrities in there.
Yeah.
So we go in there and have a few beverages.
They opened
Some
it up
more
on
than others.
Saturday for Market After Dark. It's open twice a year now. It's, Market After Dark and St. Patrick's
Now, what
Day.
is that rated Market After Dark? Because that sounds kind of adult.
You definitely PG-13.
Yeah, I would think.
Parental guidance suggested. Yeah.
Okay, so you come after Good Morning America.
Yep.
And I read somewhere you're going to have the weather, though, in there.
Yeah,
too, right?
meteorologist Corey Thompson will join us. So it's
Iowa
really
City guy.
It's really a team of 4 of us doing this whole show. He'll do weather, twice every half hour. It's only a 1-hour show. Catherine, Christine, and I, Christina, Chris. He goes by Chris, and then we'll be done at 10. The View at 10. 11 o'clock is the midday, local news at 11, and then 4 o'clock. The other beauty of this station is that they've added newscasts. They've never taken away.
Yeah.
They added the 4 o'clock. This is another one they're adding. So it's nice to be
local content.
It's nice to be somewhere that believes in local content.
Okay, are they going to run this again on a sub-channel?
10 o'clock on 9.2. So 9 o'clock live on 9, 10 o'clock on 9.2. Every weekday.
We can critique it every day.
You could give it the old,
like the Cannon treatment.
Give it the Cannon treatment. Yeah. Well, knowing that, there'll have to be some belly bumps in
karate chops
and out of segments and lobster Diablo recipes every once in a while. I'll pull in a Lincoln Mark 8. It'll be great.
Pretend to throw Corey Thompson off a cliff, and then it's a dummy.
Guest starring Leslie Nielsen and Leslie Uggams.
That would be great. Dropping a Cannon reference somewhere in there just for us.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be like you're tugging on the earlobe.
Exactly.
No, I think this is exciting. This will be really good.
Starts is it what day?
Starts Monday, September 11th.
I guess
at
it would
9
start on
a.m.
a Friday. That makes no sense.
Just trying to. We're gonna see how it goes.
Goes it one day, and then it's gonna.
If it goes good, we'll come back Monday. If not, well, hey, yeah, we'll have reruns. It'll be great. Monday, September 11th, 9 a.m.
So a week from Monday.
A week from Monday.
Labor Day.
Which will be here before you know it.
And then 10 on 9.2.
Yep.
Yeah. That's good.
And Mace, if you're listening, I made it.
Yeah, Mace. Now you got to come down here and do a weekend of shows.
Yeah, Mace. No Pantera.
You have to tell him no islands in the stream and tell Mace no Pantera.
Yeah, no corn, no Pantera.
No putting in your own stuff.
It's Five-Finger Death Punch.
Death Cab for Cutie,
Oh, we played Death Cab for Cutie.
Well,
I Will Possess Your Heart. It's in the rotation,
Okay.
pal.
What was the thanks,
and
buddy?
Still our technical director for.
Oh yeah.
South Park, you mean? I'm not your buddy, pal.
I'm not your guy, friend.
Yeah, that's great.
What's the Dylan song you would always play?
Take a pick.
Things have changed.
Things have changed.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that on the drive down this morning. I probably haven't heard that song, outside of this place in years.
Oscar winner.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
I actually was funny you mentioned that. Out driving in today, we played "Big Girls Don't Cry" by Fergie, which came out in early '06.
Yeah.
And I always equate that song. It's one of the songs I think of when I first started here. And I'd be driving in when I lived on Van Buren Street across from your former coworker, Molly Thorvaldson, who had some great parties. And I would drive in, and that song would usually be on for whatever reason. It was in the rotation on our satellite that we had back then. And I heard it on the way in and just had a flashback to like '06 when I first started here. It's amazing what music can do for that.
It is amazing what music can
triggering
do.
memories like that.
See, now we got to let Steve take some time off, and you and I we can do show prep meetings down on the River Landing and downtown.
Wherever we want them.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Speaking of music, can I have like local music and stuff on there?
We're going to have local bands. So
Okay.
if you've ever looked at Channel 9 set, they have this huge wall of monitors. We call that the array. Today we are rehearsing what it would look like to have bands there, or we just found out the music rights. We have a blanket license to have bands come in. They bought us an audio board that bands will plug into, and it's easy plug and play, and it goes right to the audio feed, in the control room and everything. So
cool.
We'll have chefs, we'll have live bands, we'll have some taped segments. We're going to learn how to play pickleball. Coming
So
up,
there'll be some like out in the field.
oh
type
yeah,
stuff.
there's going to be like kind of Colbert stuff. It's not like a stuffy talk show. It's like a morning radio / evening late night talk show mixed together is what it's going to be.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of Pia Magazine.
Okay.
I remember that vaguely.
I can't remember her name, but she was a very attractive Italian girl. We tried out for PM Magazine, and we got picked by Group W Westinghouse at the time.
Okay.
To do PM Magazine in the
So you
Quad
got
Cities.
the Westinghouse seal of approval.
I did.
Okay, good.
Nobody remembers.
Don't make those references.
Sorry.
Don't make those
Sorry.
And then
What obscure.
Channel 6 thought we looked too ethnic. And they bounced
Yes,
us.
that's what I think when I look at you. This white guy from the middle of Iowa, too ethnic. He's just too much.
Well, I have the Jew fro going at the
Well.
time.
Was it? But did they have reservations? You were not a captain.
Oh.
I
No,
wasn't
he
a
said
cap-
Jewish, not...
I wasn't a captain then.
Oh, you weren't captain?
He was just a first mate.
70s. It was a crazy time.
Much like the early 2000s for me.
And me.
Yeah. Crazy times.
Some of them together.
Yeah, very much so.
Probably shouldn't talk about those on this promo.
Just don't go into specifics.
No, this is really cool. I mean, really proud of you.
Thank you. That means the world. That truly
and
does.
I know this is the kind of thing you enjoy doing. You're going to have fun doing this.
This is the dream. I mean, when I told you and Lisa and Jake in the pool, it's the dream gig. It hadn't been signed yet, but I wanted you guys to know about it right away. Because said, hey, this is coming up. Just don't be act surprised when it happens.
Sorry,
so
my dad is sending me inappropriate comments I will not be reading on the segment.
Can I read them?
No, because you won't get the reference.
Okay, gotcha. Well,
I'll explain the reference.
That's never stopped Gene before. I mean,
fair enough.
How neat.
So yeah, Everyday Iowa, starting September. Not just someday. No. Every day.
Every day, except
for weekends. Every day except for weekends, Iowa. Live at 9 a.m. starting September 11th.
With what the ABC's putting out at night, they should just run it at night, too.
They just might,
Well, with the writer's strike, though.
I know it. It's really...
Yeah.
No, it's really
getting live local content like that's big now.
Yeah.
Compared to maybe doing it a year ago.
We'll do a local version. We'll call it the $20 Pyramid. It'll be fantastic.
Yes.
They got Sunday nights Family Feud, which I like.
Yeah, I love Family Feud.
Like Family Feud, and then they go into Pyramid.
I don't like the Pyramid.
I like the Pyramid.
I like Family Feud way more than the Pyramid.
I miss Alec Baldwin Match Game.
I do too.
I mean, I like anything Match Game. That's not a surprise, but I loved Match Game.
Yeah.
Do a version of that on the show. We could be a couple of celebrity fans.
Totally could do that.
Yeah.
Totally could do that.
Yeah, when they get it wrong, you shoot them.
Wow.
But seriously,
Hey, but I got to tell you.
How long can you stay?
I got to hit the road probably around 6:30.
Okay. All righty.
That's fine. My news is all done and ready to go, so I don't need to go write anything.
Okay. Well, then we have to say goodbye so I can do some...
I gotta go.
Oh!